Hello and welcome, it's Saffron here at Growing in Harmony, and today's Monday Mooch is a little bit different because I'm here on my own. It's a quiet week this week. We've got some new staff starting next week, so everyone's having a little bit of a holiday before everything gets really busy. So Sharon and Francis have been on and off the site. Robert's been in this morning but he's gone home now, and yeah, right at this moment it's just me here. So we haven't got a lot of volunteers to visit and see what they're up to. We haven't got a lot of big plans for the day, and I'm just going to take you around to see what is growing. So we're going to revisit some of the stuff that we've looked at before and see how it's getting on, and we're going to see what else is growing on the site because of the time of year, it's completely abundant. We've got so much lovely food growing. There's some gorgeous kale and cabbages, there's some lovely peas, and we've got courgettes coming, lovely things in the tunnel. We've got Cape gooseberries growing. They're not ready to eat yet, but they are the most delicious thing ever. So we're starting here in the education area. We've been here before. This is our lovely square foot bed. And it's not that long since we've been here, but it's looking absolutely beautiful. It's so well established and we've got so many different plants in it and they're all looking great. So over here we've got some amazing looking beds with lots of kale and cabbage, brassicas doing their thing, and there's so much of it. It's just lovely. Very much looking forward to eating it. Here we've got some really beautiful cabbages. They're doing a really good job. They're coming along really nicely, starting to form the little hearts in the middle. And over this way we've got some courgettes that look like they're coming along nicely as well. I don't know if you can see the flowers. There's my shadow, that's no use. There we are, there's some of the flowers, and you might be able to see the courgettes coming behind them. And then in with them we have some tomatoes, I think, and they're not quite ready yet, but they're looking very healthy. We'll just have a quick little look in the tunnel while we're on, but you might remember a little while ago this was full of plants, and as you can see now they've all made their way outside. Not all of them, but the vast majority. But what we do have in here is this beautiful dahlia that Darren gave us, and that's come out really lovely. So while we're on with tunnels, we're going to go and have a look at the Cape gooseberries. But before we go in, I just wanted to show you these lovely avocado plants that have just been repotted. We've got a video coming up very soon about those, so keep an eye out for that. And in we go to see these lovely things. So Sharon's potted them up in all different pots to see what works and how they like it best. There's not actually a lot to show because it's not time for them yet, but let's just see if we can get in here. You can see that little, wait for the focus to happen. See that little lantern shape? That's where the Cape gooseberry is going to form. So they're similar to tomatillos in the way that they grow. I'm not sure if they're related, but they're a fruit, or they're a sweet thing rather than a savoury thing, and they are delicious. This is the last of our 3 tunnels. I'm not actually going to open the door and go in because it's so hot and the door takes quite a lot of opening. It's barricaded shut against the rabbits that like to come and steal all our food. But you can see how well everything's doing in there. Right down at the end there you can see the 4 sisters bed with the corn getting really tall. And we've got all sorts of other things growing. We've got some lovely flowery things going on down here and some leafy things going on over there, and I'm not even going to attempt to name everything that's in there, but you can see that it is all thriving. Over here we've got some chard that's doing really well, the rainbow chard with all the different stems, and that's really good. I'm not going to take the net off that one because it's taking a lot of time to take the nets on and off, but we'll just move along these beds and see what else we can see. We've got something that looks like fennel here, probably because it is fennel. And as we move along, I think this is the cucumber bed. I'm sure it's the cucumber bed, in fact. So we've just got that open anyway at the moment so that the pollinators can get in and do their thing, so that we can get some lovely cucumbers, and then that net will go back on later on today so that it doesn't get all eaten by chickens. I'm going to take you over this way next because we've got some lovely things in this bed, a few different things in this bed, and we did show this one not long ago so you can see the difference. We've got these beautiful peas, and these can be eaten as monge too, or left to get bigger and fatter and eaten as peas, and we found they're much nicer left to get bigger and fatter. We've had some of those this morning and they were lovely. And then along here you can see that we've got some more courgettes among lots of other things in this bed. We'll just go beyond to the broad beans because they're also looking really good. Look how well we're doing. They've also got nice and big and fat. I haven't tried any of those yet, but I'm sure they're going to be delicious. And then past there we've got the fruit cage, so we've got all different sorts of berries and currants and things growing in there. And you might have seen that last week we were securing the cage against all the little animals that come and steal them, and there were some berries and currants growing already, so it's looking good in there, and we should have some nice fruit come the autumn. Over here we've got our 3 sisters, or possibly 4 sisters bed. We have one in the tunnel which we showed you a few weeks ago, and this is our outside one. We've got corn, possibly courgettes, and something else in there. As you can tell, I'm not the person who knows the most about this, but if you want to know more about the 4 sisters planting, do check back to our earlier video where Sharon explains about how the different plants support each other as they're growing, and and how they feed the soil differently and provide the things that each other need. It's such a lovely approach. So we've done a couple of those beds and we're getting on really well with it. I'm really enjoying it. And then lastly, I'll show you these beautiful flowers. This bed was completely empty not long ago, and now look at it. It's stunning. So these feed all our pollinators, and we've got a lovely fruit tree here, looks like apples. And it's doing very well. Obviously when I say it was empty not long ago, the trees were still there, the fruit trees at each end. And in fact, before we finish, let's just have a quick wander over here so that we can see the area that we looked at a couple of weeks ago, where we've got the potatoes. And we were having issues with the potatoes because the chickens were taking dust baths and scratching up all the soil. So we fenced it all off, and now they're thriving, as you can see. Lots and lots of leaves there, hopefully lots and lots of potatoes underground.